In this video, we're going to walk through DataVerify fraud in Point. We'll cover how to submit a loan for fraud review, how to review warnings and recommendations, how to add comments, how to submit a rescore, and finally, how to view the fraud documents. First, I'll give you a few moments to read through our legal disclaimer, and then we'll begin the training. Next, inside Point, go to Services, scroll down to Fraud, and then select Request Fraud Results. When you select Request Fraud Results, the fraud request window opens. Now, let's submit a loan for fraud. In the Fraud Service Provider dropdown, make sure you select DataVerify as the provider. Next, in Request Type, select New Order. Then, in the Report dropdown, select the report you want to order. Once those three fields are set, click Submit. If Point prompts you to sign in, enter the account ID and password, and then click OK. Then at the bottom of the fraud request pop-up, click Submit. After the submission, Point will begin tracking the request, and responses returned by the provider will populate in the fraud interface. Now let's review warnings. When results come back, any warnings are shown in the warnings table. To open a warning, select it in the warnings table, then click Edit or simply double-click the warning. This opens the Edit Warning window. Inside the Edit Warning window, you'll see warning details such as the condition, scoring analysis, category, recommendations, severity, and whether the warning is cleared. You can also move through warnings using the navigation options in the window. Next, let's review recommendations. If the provider returns recommendations, you'll see them in the recommendations table. To open a recommendation, select it and click Edit. This allows you to view the entire recommendation comment. Once you're done, click OK. Now let's add a comment. Each warning supports one user comment per warning. Any comments returned by the fraud provider can't be deleted. To add your comment, click Add in the comments section, select the appropriate finding, type your comment, and click OK. Once submitted, your comment will be tracked with that warning. Now let's cover a rescore. A rescore can adjust the fraud summary score, and a lower score indicates lower risk. Here's the key rule. You must add a comment to a warning before submitting a rescore. If you try to submit a rescore without adding a comment first, Point will display an error and the rescore won't submit. So the correct flow is open the warning, add the comment, repeat for any other warnings you want to document, then return to the main fraud request window. Then, in the request type dropdown, select rescore and click Submit at the bottom. Finally, let's view the documents. The fraud summary score and any adjusted fraud summary scores appear on the documents returned by the fraud provider. There are two ways to view them. First, in the Order Status section, select the document, then either double-click it or click View Documents. Second, if you're not in the Fraud Request section, go to Services, Fraud, and select View Documents. And that's it. You now know how to submit a DataVerify fraud request, review warnings and recommendations, add a comment, submit a rescore, and view the fraud documents in Point. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact our dedicated customer support at calyxdcs@calyxsoftware.com.